Greetings to all the global citizens. From the voices that we are raising, the strikes that we're participating in, and the noises that we're making, and the votes that we're casting, we think the people are ruling the world. We think we're entitled to something. We think we're in power. We think we are the ones in control. But the truth of the matter is, we're still way more behind. It's a rigged game. It's a very rigged game. We think the people are ruling, as they said, the people shall govern, and that's not true. Every country has got tycoons controlling the people, controlling the economy, and influencing tomorrow. Yet you hear us contesting who must go, who must stay. A certain race must go, the white must go, the white must come, the nation must go this way and that way. This is triggered also by what Donald Trump was being led to be saying by Elon Musk and other people, and other group of whites, saying in South Africa there's killings happening, the genocides and whatever of the whites, and so after they realized that actually it was just a lie. I think Elon Musk proved to the world that he's not that powerful to be influencing government. He's not that powerful to be ruling behind the scenes, because whatever that he was saying, he didn't have substance of it, and they used fake information from other countries where there's fights actually. So the information that they used actually was not linked to South Africa, but he was influencing that. That is how things are happening. And yeah, like I'll give you example with the likes of Oppenheimer's, as it said. They are controlling the whole South Africa. They're controlling the GDP of the country. They're controlling the decision making. They are influencing everything that is happening around us. Like the Stellenbosch mafias, including everyone that stays there. I mean, our president, to be direct, like he's also one of the Stellenbosch mafias. You see how they became billionaires, all of them, including the Patrice Motsipes and so forth. And you get to question yourself, because you cast votes, as Penel once said. You cast votes, and you've got the ID, and you're entitled to medication in the clinic, which you don't know what they are putting in you, and it's just business, because you're entitled to that free education, whereby they are influencing what we should be learning from the schools. And man, the medication that they're giving us, man, it's for the big pharmaceutical world to grow. It's not to help the nation. It's not to make us survive, but to sustain us, for the big business to benefit actually. And man, if you're sitting there and you're thinking you are a citizen, you're entitled to this and that and this and that, but the truth of the matter is, it's just for the big business, like Penel was saying. And you look at it and you see that even the railways, the airplanes, whatever that was being designed, the bridges, the roads are not for us. If the roads are for us, let's see them designing an infrastructure coming into our homes. We've got townships whereby since 1994 there's never been water being supplied. Like in Limpopo, people are still drinking water from the rivers. Some of the KZN areas, people are still drinking water from the rivers. Everywhere in the country, every province has got places whereby water is not being supplied, because there's no meters to benefit the municipality there. But if the municipality shows interest that they want to take over, they will design meters there. There will be water that is being supplied. There will be better infrastructures there. There will be roads, but they realize they're not getting anything. That's why there's no water. Some places whereby you realize that these people are not going to afford to buy enough electricity, they don't put street lights. They only put in the areas whereby those people afford electricity. It's a rigged game. We're not in control of anything. Like these people that we think they are here for us, they're surviving, they're helping us, man, they are there for their own business, because they own everything. They own medical aids, they own hospitals, they own schools, they own roads, they own tolls, like they own mines, they own national electricity supply. The big beverages companies, alcohol and non-alcohol, they own it. They own the whole JSE actually. They own everything. They own us as human beings, I think. As much as we think God is owning us or Jesus is owning us, these people own us. And whether we like it or not, they own us. I remember one guy in Penwell's podcast speaking about a president who was killed in the parliament because he was about to read a report mentioning who controls the government in South Africa. These people are very powerful, man. They send someone in parliament among all the police guards that are there, the soldiers and everything. One guy walks in there with a glass of water just to go and kill the president, because you can't call that assassination. The person went there with a knife. It was not hidden, and they waited for the president to die. He was lying there bleeding, as for what it said. And as per what Zolaka is saying, like, it made sense. Like, you can't get there and disclose what we own and how we eat in your country. We must just continue benefiting. And trust me, man, trust me. These people are big, man. These people are big. They pull strings. And they want to remain behind the scenes. They don't want to come forward. They don't want to be seen that they're in control. No one needs to know that they're in control. With presidents that are being attacked or assassinated, and those who are not being attacked. And that posed a question, a great question, by the way. Who are the ones among them that are working for the people, and who are the ones that are just puppets, so to say? Who are the ones among them, among all of them, that we can rely on? We've got the likes of Saddam Hussein, who was killed. So they said he has got nuclear weapons. We've got the likes of Gaddafi, who was killed. And we've got the likes of the Thomas Sankaras, so many presidents that came, like, counting, I'll end up forgetting some, but the truth is we've got so many presidents that are being assassinated. We've got the likes of Traore and so forth and so forth. And the question is, now that these people are being tried to be killed, why other presidents are not being tried to be assassinated? Because if Africa was that much of a trouble, every president will be at risk. But no, some of them are just working for the bigger forces. They're just working for the countries that colonized us before. They're just working for whoever who's in power. But what do we say? It's all a rigged game, and we think we're in power. And life has always been a rigged game anyway. And we just pawns. We're being managed and controlled by the ones who are in power. And those are the countries that has colonized us. They're still in power. They're still taking our minerals. The minerals are not benefiting anyone in Africa. The minerals are not here. They are not working here in Africa. They're going somewhere else. We've got load shedding, but the coal is leaving our country to other countries. We've got these golds and diamonds that are being exported. We're only importing the finished products. We've got so many raw products that are leaving our continent to the West. And when they come back, they are just finished products. And we're paying so dearly for them. We're paying nice for them. And it still comes the question again. The first question was, who owns the world? But now, who controls the world? That's the biggest question for the wise. Here says, and it says publicly, that coronavirus was engineered. Coronavirus was designed. Coronavirus was manufactured so the pharmaceutical, the health care could benefit more on it. It was just hearsays. I don't know if there's proof linking that to any point that has been raised. But it is said that coronavirus was designed in a way that certain people should benefit. So is HIV. And there are people who are generating and creating medication continuously for these sicknesses. There are people who are benefiting from these traumas that are happening to us. There are people who are benefiting from everything that is inconveniencing the next person. And we think we're owning something. We think we're in control. Maybe one day there'll be that honest person who's going to come forth and say, listen, coronavirus was engineered. This is how it's done. There's a cure for HIV, like the way people are speaking behind the scenes. This is how it's done. But now the big pharmaceutical world is still benefiting as for what it said. These presidents we vote, they are just puppets. They are servants of the individuals in power. There are people who put them in power behind the scenes. If they see someone has got that power, they'll come to you, like the way they did with Mandela. When Mandela was about to come out of prison, certain people approached him, certain people gave him accommodation, certain people drove him. He was in a Mercedes-Benz as per what it said and as per the evidence linking, and the Mercedes-Benz was linked to a certain white man. Like there are people who are putting them, there are people who will help them with the campaigns, there are people who will pay for their marketing, there are people who will put propaganda like in the mainstream media, there are people in the medias and etc, like everywhere there's someone controlling the narrative, so a certain relevant person should win. When South Africans wanted to end apartheid, like I said, Mandela was elected, but Mandela lived in a white man's house there in Stellenbosch. Mandela drove in a Mercedes-Benz, was collected from prison in a Mercedes-Benz, wherever he was released. And the Mercedes-Benz belonged to a certain white man, like the Stellenbosch mafias. And that posed the question that, was this freedom a rigged game, or it was truly freedom? Like I was listening to this guy, DJ Coach, I think his real name is Gaugelo. He explained how money is structured in the trading, and his explanation in the trading world, and his explanation has triggered so many questions to anyone who can think maybe they will need to know more, they want to know more. Because from what he was saying, he said there comes maybe 5 trillionaires or 5 billionaires. They put money together for the traders to be trying to trade and trying to get money from those. Like his explanation is, they are billionaires, they are traders. Billionaires put money down, it's a game. We play against the billionaires, we bring our money, we play against the billionaires. If we lose, they win. And come tomorrow, we play again against the billionaires. If they win, we lose. It's a game whereby, here's the money, let's see who's going to win. And in the process, they put propaganda in the news. They stage these wars whereby one African country will fight the other, one president will insult the other. There's going to be war in the Middle East, there's going to be war in Africa, there's going to be fights around where we're living. Like there's constantly something disturbing the growth in the economy. Instead of the economy growing by itself, there's constantly something disturbing growth in the economy. And that's how they win. Because if the news are being rigged, the mainstream media is being rigged, everything is being rigged, whatever that we are fed, it's lies. It's just lies. Who knows? Maybe tomorrow we get to hear a certain different story, but the truth is, it's all a rigged game, man. It's all a rigged game, and whatever you are saying, man, are related to so many things that we've been hearing in the news, that only the wise will say this. Listen, we're living in the rigged game world. Everything, it's structured in a way that there's people who benefit. Even if there's disasters, maybe like floods, there's someone who's benefiting. There's millions and billions that are going to be donated. There's someone benefiting. Even if there's fire somewhere, even if there's an earthquake, someone is becoming richer. Even if there's any kind of disaster, man. Even during COVID-19, there were billionaires that were being generated by then. There were millionaires that were formed during that era. There's always something and someone and a group of people who are getting richer under any reasons. Whether you're going to tell me that no, it's the investors, it's whoever, but it's all a rigged game. It's all a rigged game. We're all rigged. We're all planned for. We're all designed as pawns. Just because we are entitled to that free education, that we're fed whatever that they want. From birth, we're being born from that clinic, being given that medication that they want to give us. We grow up, we get to secondary school, they teach us to submit. Like from primary school, when you pass or when you did well, your teacher applauds you and you get that attention from your teacher because you did well. Everything that you do, you go to him or her, you ask, can I please go out? You want to go to the loo, you ask from the teacher. Whatever you want to do, you ask. You get to secondary level, now you are being taught to read by yourself, but still submit to the teacher. Okay, fine. You pass, you go to university level, whatever that you do, now you are being taught to do your researches, but you're still submitting to the teacher. When you're done, you're looking for a job. Now, at work, whatever that you do, you submit to your boss. The whole education system, they're teaching us to be slaves and to submit to someone. Okay, fine. You submit to the, every time you are becoming a better slave. You're just becoming a well-informed slave. You're becoming a sophisticated slave. We're working. The rigged game was to generate us to be slaves. It's fine. We're being the slaves for the elite, for the rich. Now we are those slaves. We're working hard for them. They're making money. Like that, the guys were like Mtetwa mentioned something like, I think it's Belgium, whereby they colonized a country and they were chopping their hands. There was a chocolate that symbolizes chopping of hands and it was expensive. If you don't want to work for them, they do something that is going to sabotage your own living. It's going to sabotage your own well-being. That's how it is. Even during apartheid, there were people who were arrested. I'll try to get someone on a podcast who spoke and who told me how brutal it was. Like, they come and arrest you just because you're not employed now. If you just came out of school and you spent maybe a month or so, there's nothing called gap year during those times. They'll come and arrest you for being lazy. I forgot the name that they called it in Afrikaans, but they arrested so many people that are not employed. They'll start conniving against the government. They'll start doing this. They'll start doing that. So many people that I've seen, they were arrested because they were not employed. So if they gave you the education, or they how do I put it? But they brainwashed you into submitting into a certain institution or into a certain government structure, and here you are not employed, you're not doing anything. It means you're misusing their their benefits or their whatever that they wanted to call their oppression. But you are misusing whatever that they were benefiting us. They were feeding to us, and they will arrest you, put you into prison. And when you say no, I'm ready to work, I want to work, because those days prison was like a hellhole. So you go there, you go to work, and now you're working for the master, and everything is fine. They are not in any threat whereby someone will be thinking out of the box that, listen, I can't work for someone, I need to be my own boss. And that, when you get old, you work for 60 years. Like, maybe let's presume that you start when you're 20. You work for the next 40 years. When you're 40, like, you're waiting for that day to retire and you get your pension, whereby your money is being held by someone. They control the money. They're holding it for you. So when you retire, they loosen your tires and you go home. Like, you work your entire life to get 100,000 when you're 60 years. Meanwhile, you can start a business and make that 100,000 while you're still strong and you still benefit from the money. But yet they'll make you work for the elite. and save for the elite. When it's time to die, that's when you're more than 60 years, then you say, no, you go home, you go and rest. And now, there used to be the replacement rule, or whereby if I was working for a certain company or a certain employment, when I get old, they come and collect my daughter or my son. They go and work in that institution, and continuously there's a slave working in the system. And actually, it has been a rigged game, man. It has been a rigged game for too long. And like, you look how tax is being used in South Africa. Before, I'll give an example. The way Julius Malema, like the EFF president, he calls himself a commander in chief or whatever that he calls himself. The guy explained it well. I like his intellect. Actually, he's very intellectual. The guy explained actually how Pravin got on there. I think by then he was the boss in tax, or in South Africa we call it SARS. Like, that guy would be used by government officials when they see you that you're going to be a problem, or you're accumulating too much power. Remember, power should be shared among certain people. And when they see that this person is going to be having power, is going to be a problem, they send the guy Pravin Gordon to come and assess your belongings, your assets, your how did you accumulate the first million rand, and believe me, man, they'll come and your cars will be impounded, your house will be locked, your banks or your accounts will be frozen. You lose so many things. I'll give you an example. I'm not saying I'm promoting the tax aviations or avoidance or whatever they call it, but you look at the likes of Mom Keys. In South Africa, we've got this thing called Durban July. If you go there to showcase your millions, if you go there to showcase your money, believe me, when you come back, the government is after you, because the power should be for certain people. There's a guy called, I think he's Sam or so in the truck industry. The guy went to Durban July with a convoy, but when he comes back, his cars have been collected, his banks have been frozen. There's people who, once you showcase your wealth in any country, they start coming after you. They start, like, the power should be for certain people, so they can influence certain rules and certain laws, so there can be order in the country. But we still think we're in control. Get rich and you'll see what happens to you. We'll see your kids going to the public school because their assets have been frozen, their stuff is being taken away from them. Like, they're losing even the little bit that they had before you accumulate your wealth. And we think we are in control. We think we're in charge. We think we're ruling, as they said, the people shall govern. And I mean, it's just a rigged game. They place people in power so that when they want to take you down, they'll just use the next person. Listen, take this one down. A few days ago, I was speaking to someone about the state capture in South Africa. No one got prosecuted actually from the state capture. Someone exposed it, but no one got prosecuted. They ran that thing with many millions, like I don't know how many millions that they don't disclose, but so many millions were lost in the process, trying to expose what happened in the state capture. And so is in the VPS bank, the scandal in the VPS. So many things happened, and so many people got incriminated in the process, but no one was prosecuted. No one went to prison for that. Because certain people who are in power, they played a role in the state capture. And here we are, we think we're in control. Yet our decisions have been taken by someone. We're being influenced by certain people. Anyway, I think it's getting darker now. Even my lighting is getting affected since I'm just using the natural light. So I think I'll stop from where we are. And the quality of the video, I can see from both devices, the quality of the videos are getting poor bit by bit as it's getting darker. It's just a game of power, man. Before I forget, since I'm just freestyling, A few days ago, I had this other provincial minister of police, I think it's a minister of police, expose a a lot of involvement of the government minister, like the national minister of police, his boss, exposing how his boss is linked to the dirty world, to the dark world, is linked to the tycoons controlling the economies in the tender world. They just small boys actually. If we were to control them, I mean to compare them with the big mafias controlling the world. So you get to see that power, it's not for everyone. Those who are in true power, they will never be exposed by anyone. And even if you expose them, they'll still get a way to get into your head. They'll still get a way to buy people not to for them to be out of power. Power is not for everyone. And you hear how these people like actually operate. There's someone who's taking contracts or tenders. There's a middleman between the minister and that person. I think it's Kate Matlala who's now in prison, who was getting tenders, and there's Mokgotsi, yeah, who you can please Google the names. It's Kate Matlala who was in prison, and Mokgotsi who has been a friend to the minister and still able to communicate on millions and tenders and over 100,000 of briberies, and minister stays in beautiful places, and it's a lot. You can see actually it's a game, and no one is going to be out of power because I want to expose them. They killed so many people, man. Like in Gauteng, so many people have been killed for those millions. So many shootings have been happening for those millions and for that money. So it's a rigged game. It has always been a rigged game. Truth of the matter is, power is not for everyone. Those of us who think we're in control, we are being controlled. We are being controlled. They decide which medication they give us. You get sick, you get another medication. You get sick, you get a different one that they want. Free education, they decide what they're going to be teaching us so we can be good slaves. Our kids can be good slaves. Like everything, it's a rigged game. Those who are not well or who don't know the game well, they get exposed. By the way, as I said, the lighting is getting weaker and is getting reduced. Thanks for the time. Thanks to all the global citizens. By the way, I'm Trot, all the way from South Africa. Good luck as we march forth. Be protected, keep your mind ahead, and don't be used, don't be controlled. It doesn't matter what you need, what you lack. Just be controlled by your own mind, but not someone's mind. Up to so far, hasta la vista.